Ever notice that minivans, well, they're not so many anymore, and their price tags aren't that many either. That's what makes the Mazda 5 unique. Now, it has sliding side doors and 3 rows of seats, just like a minivan, but all in a smaller package and at a lower price tag. But the Mazda 5 offers more than just practicality. The Mazda 5 is surprisingly fun to drive. Well, maybe it's not that big of a surprise because it is based on the really agile Mazda 3 sedan and hatchback. Steering, it's direct, you get really good feedback, there's not much body roll at all, and the car's compact dimensions, it makes it really easy to place on the road and when you're parking. Mazda finally added standard electronic stability control for 2010. Now that really improved emergency handling. It's secure and predictable. The ride is fairly firm, but it's reasonably comfortable with good isolation. Unfortunately, the Mazda 5 is fairly noisy inside. Wind noise creeps in, especially around those back sliding doors. Plus, there's a fair amount of engine and road noise. You're going to be hearing that engine noise fairly often because the 4-cylinder engine in the Mazda 5 well, it has to work pretty hard. Now, if there's just 1 or 2 people in the car, acceleration is adequate. But if you fill all 6 seats, you're going to find out there's not a whole lot of reserve power. On the plus side, the Mazda 5 gets 24 miles per gallon overall in our tests. That's pretty good, especially when you consider the amount of room that's inside of this vehicle. It's pretty easy to get in and out of the Mazda 5. The car's down low, the roof's up high, and the seats, they're at chair height. Once inside, you'll find simple, easy-to-use controls. Everything's up high with easy knobs and buttons. There's a tilt and telescope steering wheel, but larger drivers might find the driving position a bit snug. The console around the shifter, it takes up some knee room. Also, if you're tall, you'll find the seats might not have a lot of fore and aft travel, so try it out before you buy. The front seats are well padded and mostly supportive. The leather seats in our Grand Touring, they're more comfortable than the lower line cloth seats. One minor complaint though, some people found that thigh support came up a bit short. The big sliding side doors, they make it easy to get into the second row seat. Once back here, you'll find that there's room for adults. Also, there's a few hidden features. Flip up the seat cushion, there's a fold-out tray, and there's storage here underneath the seat. Now the third row seat, it's more sized for kids than adults. And if you use it, you're probably going to have to slide the second row seat forward. It's one of the compromises for fitting so much into such a small package. One other thing, because there's only 2 seats in the second row, if you haul 5 people in the car, someone's going to have to sit in the back. If the third row is up, there's not a whole lot of cargo space back here. Of course, you can get more by folding that seat down. With all the seats folded down, you have quite a bit of room in here. Now let's put the Mazda 5 in perspective. This isn't quite a replacement for a full-size minivan. It doesn't have their power, space, or amenities. Instead, think of it as a micro minivan or a fun-to-drive station wagon with sliding side doors that gives you a lot of function for not a lot of money.